Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video, and there's plenty to get into over the last 24 hours. Literally, so much news coming out about Roman Abramovich. Is he selling? Who's he selling to? Who's interested? We'll get into all of it in this video. Go into some transfer news. We'll talk about the fraudulent fake rumours surrounding the Danish Maldini. And we'll talk about Werner to Dortmund because there's links within that as well, and everything else regarding the transfer news. And of course, Luton versus Chelsea today as well. Plenty to get into. Won't be streaming for too long. I do need to dip around 4 because I need to head down to Luton myself. But yeah, we'll go through as much as we can in the time that we have. Big up Wasef. Literally just DM me on anything, Twitter or Instagram, and I'll send you a link. There's light work. But yeah, big up yourself. Matt as well, I see you in the comments. If you want a link, let me know too. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Alex, bro, what were you telling me, man?
Big up, guys. Nothing. All happy and dandy.
Love to hear it, man. As long as everything's good. Josh, what are you telling me, bro? You all good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm excited about the game today. I know everyone's going to want to, talk about Roman. I'm not necessarily really interested in all that, to be honest with you, right now. I think there's just too much. There's not enough facts and that we know yet. I'd love to talk some footy. I think we're going to see a crazy lineup today with all the injuries that we have. We might see something interesting. So aside from that, yeah, ready for the game.
Jesters, my guy, what are you telling me, bro?
Yeah, I listened to all this Roman and Abramovich stuff, and first of all, $1 billion acquisition doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Secondly, there's not too many people out there that will pay 1.5 billion over the purchase price of what the club is actually worth, because you have to get Roman his money back. So that has to be put in consideration when whoever buys a club. That's going to be 1.5 billion over the valuation of the club, which is about 2.2 billion. So
I guess that means no one can afford it.
Well, I think that as much as the reports are coming out that he's open to sell, I think it's going to take a bid that gets him his money back plus the value of the club. Plus, it's going to have to be somebody that's interested in Chelsea Football Club, not just in owning a club.
Yeah.
So, to me, it's not anything that's going to happen anytime soon. And you don't know how long that this conflict is going to happen in Ukraine. It could wrap up fairly quickly, or it take a long time. So we just don't know. And I'd just rather talk about footy than something stuff that we can speculate on. So.
Hear that. A big up AV saying 1.5 billion debt to Roman. Buyer will pay 50% of the price as debt payment. No incentive for them to invest in the club for 8 to 10 years. It will strip it down, sell talent, and make profit of 200 million per year, 5 times more than the current profit. Well, that doesn't sound very motivational. Fuck's sake. So we're basically we're going to turn into Arsenal.
Basically.
That Arsenal fan is actually literally typing this shit.
Honestly,
AV's a gooner.
You can see it between the lines. Like you can.
No, because he's been on streams before. Like, I thought it was Chelsea.
It doesn't matter we can finish introducing people. We can tell you. I can go into why this is a bunch of crap. I know a bunch of
big up Monster
fans,
as well in the comments.
Yeah, a bunch of fans. They like to rail against American owners, but the American owners have invested the most money in their clubs, and sorry that they have bad hires and bad picks, but it's not about the money they put into the club. Manchester United spent over $1 billion. They just spent it poorly. That's not the owner's fault.
I forgot Arsenal spent over 100 million this past summer.
Yeah.
Arsenal have spent a lot of the last few
Apparently,
years.
even they have forgotten that.
Yeah, so the idea that having an American owner means that you're not gonna be able to spend.
I don't think the question is about
it's not about the spending. It's
about the ambition.
It's about the infrastructure they put in place. look at the two clubs you've mentioned. Man United were only successful because they've had arguably the best ever manager in history of world football in charge, and he ended up sorting out a lot of their infrastructure. Arsenal's infrastructure has been shit since the Cronkies come in. This is the first year where they've got any sort of competent infrastructure.
But that has nothing to do with
You
the
mean
money they put
Arteta
into
is
the club. That's the hiring that they do.
Yeah, but
You're saying
the
Arteta
owners,
is
the owners deal with the
infrastructure.
hiring, and also, as someone's mentioned, look at FSG. FSG,
Yeah,
they've
won
done a lot of
titles,
good.
They won
Like
titles.
FSG have done a lot of good. The one issue they have had is they don't invest enough. They'll invest in areas, they don't invest as much as they could.
You're talking about. I know everybody thinks that the money just grows on trees, but if their profit margins aren't what they're supposed to be, no business is going to spend more money than they take in.
Yeah, and
Enough
let's be honest,
losses.
Liverpool have bought a fuck ton of players in the last 5 years for
Yeah.
Klopp. Like they basically rebuilt an entire 11 for him, and they won a
Yeah.
Champions League and a Premier League.
And a Carabao Cup. So,
All I know is
The major trophies.
Newcastle owners are
trophies.
kicking themselves and saying like, "What the fuck? We should have waited 1 year,
They could
man."
have just waited like 3 weeks.
Sorry,
First of all,
guys. Yeah,
I
VJ,
wanna
what are
say
you saying,
something.
bro? You good as well?
Oh, go ahead, VJ.
You know what? Big up VJ, big up Alex, big up Matt, big up Andrew. Let's get straight into it. Alex, what are you going to say?
Again with the cheap introductions, unbelievable. This guy.
You are cheap.
Hey, for
you
your
are
hazard
cheap
slander, it's
motherfucker.
deserved.
Yes, in this man.
What I was saying is, it's not about Roman wants to sell. It's about it's about the risk. If there's a risk, he can lose it. That's why he's selling it. I don't think it has to do with anything. If he will know that he's not like he will like not get sanctions like 100%, he will not sell. The thing is, first of all, it depends what kind of sanctions, because we don't know what kind of sanctions he can be. If it's like a seized sanctions, then we're screwed. But if it's not, he could fight him. Another thing is, it's like high risk, high rewards. Like if he thinks that he will lose that money, he will sell it. Not because he wants to, because the risk is there. But yeah, build the guy a statue outside the Stamford Bridge. That's what it is.
Just make the Roman Coliseum.
My man's fucking fantastic. But do you think you really sell, guy? Like, do you think you really sell? Do you think like there's some
I still have
like
a
illegal kind of thing?
wouldn't.
I think he's just
Surely
considering
he'll
it
find
right
a way.
now. in all
He'll find
honesty.
a way. He'll
Plus, I
find
find
a way
it
to illegally do it.
too much of a coincidence that if all reports are to be believed, he's selling all of his London-based like apartments and whatnot. Like I just find that too much of a coincidence.
Is he selling his apartments? Like everything I'm hearing is just like rumors. Everything I'm hearing is
he's selling assets in England, apart from Chelsea Football Club, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he can't go to England anymore.
Yeah,
so why
so
have
he can't get into the
$156
country.
million
Why have him?
house?
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's no need for him to have those things. And look, they've wanted him out
that
for
actually
years.
makes complete sense to me. It's like, yeah, if you're not allowed into a country, why have several hundred millions of dollars
true.
worth of assets in there?
Yeah, it's just shit. But
I will set up a monster. I will set up a fight with you and Putin, and I can't believe this 65 years old man still will beat you ass. He's a green belt and judo.
I'll still back Monster in it personally. Big up Miguel saying my stance on this. Anyone but American owners. I've seen Kroenke and Glazier screw over Arsenal and United respectfully.
Again, that's
Can
a
we
myth.
get off this American thing?
The thing
I
is
don't care
also
where they're from, as long as they've got the
Yeah,
right,
I'll take Amazon. I'll take
I don't
Amazon.
care where they're from, really, as long as they've got the right attitude and they treat the club as it's supposed to be
That's
treated.
true.
That's it for
I don't
me.
care.
It's about the
care.
mentality and the ambition for me. That's what matters first and foremost. Because in terms of the money, if we get anyone that Roman's interested in, they're going to have enough to at least pay off the 1.5 and to give the money
my
that he
favorite
wants.
swallower is back.
All that.
Oh, my favorite swallower is back.
Yeah, HM, that's your one and only warning.
Swallower.
Next time I'm blocking you for that.
All that I am worried about is not about like an American ownership or anything. The ambition is one part of it. I'm worried about multiple owners. Consortiums
Yeah, I
sort of
100%
thing.
agree.
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea
That's bad. It's the conglomerate owners. Those are the ones you want to worry about. Like a single owner, A single owner
Right.
is much more desirable, in my opinion, than
Yeah,
trying to
than
get
Yeah,
a,
it's
being
a
fine.
group
yeah.
of people to come
The
in
problem
on
with
it.
the problem with consortium is that decision makings have always been historically difficult, and that's why delayed decisions have been taken as well, and that doesn't really help when you have such a volatile transfer market where things move at a very high speed and you're waiting for decisions to come out from your board, and that's going to take forever. So a consortium is something that we have to be definitely worried about, and that's where I thought when I was actually doing my research on Jim Ratcliffe, he is not ready to buy the club as a whole. He basically wants to own a piece of it, and he's expecting 6 to 7 investors for the club and form a consortium, which is what worries me a bit more. And he already has own, his company is Ineos, and Ineos actually owns OGC Nice in French football. And there's a bit of an issue in terms of how they having multiple ownership in the European UEFA, because there is a bit of PL regulations along with it, and there is a bit of UEFA regulations along with it, and there's been historically issues like going back. You've got Athens, AK Athens West, and Slavia Prague having the same kind of owner, actually having the same owner basically with different percentages. I believe 48 and 42.8 percentage and 56.77 percentage. So these when that came into picture, you had PL regulations, which is completely different, or which is actually a bit different from that of the UEFA regulations, because UEFA integrity rules says something else and PL regulation says something else. The control defined by PL means 30% of holding in your club, whereas in UEFA control basically means having 50.1% share. So there are multiple issues for Ratcliffe if he's trying to purchase this club, and I don't see that happening. But if it happens, it's not going to be it's not going to be an easy transition. It requires a lot. But I hope even if Ratcliffe kind of gets to own the club, it'll be him more being the face of the club while he relies on the consortium to make decisions which would be completely determined for the club, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm basically worried about the consortium.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't think that the club's going to sell because, again, you have a club worth 2.2 billion that you're going to have to pay 3.7 billion for.
And yeah, there's tons of criteria. Like you said, Roman's going to want somebody who.
You have to pass the PL, English Premier League. You have to pass it the laws of PL with that money investment. Yep. So it's
the PL FPPT fit.
But that law never stands. To be fair, like there's always rules broken with that thing. That thing's broken.
Well, it worked on Newcastle because they did not buy it.
That was the delay, basically, right?
Yeah, but that
eventually did.
Eventually did.
Plus,
but
that was to do more with beIN Sports, wasn't it? Rather than.
No, it had to be.
Well, yeah, they had that television issue with the piracy, I believe.
Yeah, but it's because they had a thing with beIN Sports, and so there was issues with that. It was nothing to do with them. It was issues with with like how they were linked to beIN Sports. So as long as
most of the time it would be like that only. See, it wouldn't be them in itself being directly blamed for anything. Like it would be their relevant assets or issues with their relevant assets, and that's how they identify. So in this case, for Newcastle, maybe it was a different issue than sports, but then it again relates back to sports, and that's when it becomes much more difficult for them to pass this particular FPPT. Oh my goodness, so many alphabets. Yeah, FPPT test.
What
actually, with all the people saying we need an Arab owner, I'd rather have an Indian owner.
Nah. Arab owners are they'll be spending all their money, bro. They'll be just spending their money.
Look, give me the brothers of the Newcastle owners.
Exactly.
If you don't think that
Prince Arab Arabia.
You know who does. You know who doesn't like. Jester just looking 10 years ahead. Because
yeah, they're going to get them too. If you don't think that's not coming,
it's coming. Well, Saudi Arabia has already said no to United States and Prince whenever he's saying that he will not put sanctions on Russia. So they're already on the bedroom. But look, here's what we need. What we need is single investor. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Single investor. Second, what we need is the guy that
AC to resign.
That's not important here.
doesn't have for example, doesn't have a friends and then owners next to them. For example, he's not friendly with like Newcastle owners. They're not friends or family members, or like opposite, not family member, like to be a rivalry. We need the owner that have that little bit rivalry between the other owners.
Yeah,
because that present. Do what?
Catman Jess. That's just.
As long as it's a murderer, they will fit in at Chelsea. Oh, well. You can hold a timeout for that. All right, cool. Yeah, what are you guys
saying? Saying, like, if we have like the owners that like have bit rivalries between other owners, that would be lit. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll get, you know what I'm saying?
Those exactly who spends the most money.
Yeah.
That'll be so fun to watch.
That's kind of why I tend to agree with Jester on this, because it's like there's so many boxes you have to check in order for this to happen. Like not only the money, but Roman's it's going to have to be somebody that Roman thinks will be a steward of the club. It's going to have to be somebody that he thinks will invest in the club. And unfortunately, like nowadays with these billion-dollar acquisitions, it's very hard to do that with a single person. Like that, you see it all over sports, in American sports. Like almost every time a team is bought, it's through like a group of people that pool their money. There might be a majority owner of that, but it's still, a group of people. It's very hard to do that.
Company.
Yeah. It's very hard to do that with just a single owner nowadays, unless you're talking about somebody who has just, that insane.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
No.
Like Bezos or Musk. These American guys,
Mars
right?
FC. I don't want to be called Mars FC.
Sponsored by Mars would be dope, though.
Elon Musk would be lit as an owner.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know if he likes. I don't know if he likes sports. That's the only downside.
I can go down the road and ask him.
Yeah,
that's dope.
But yeah, no.
I think Spotify guy, that the one that be turned down by Arsenal, if he buys and he's like, you know what, let's screw the Arsenal now.
He's like, and he doesn't have that much money.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's only 8 million. He's poor ass billionaire. So does
only 8 billion. You broke
nothing, bro.
So does the Swiss guy that he 86 years old. I was like, what? You poor
he's gonna die next week, bro.
He's worth even less than that. He's worth like 5.8 billion.
Yeah, I looked it up on Forbes. Like he's like five bills. I was like, that poor ass man. I can get that. Lewis and me can raise that on GoFundMe.
I don't want that Swiss guy. Don't want that.
That's a banker.
Absolutely not.
Plus, his whole thing is pharmaceutical. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why for me, going to be Viagra.
Obviously, the consortium thing is bad. But if worse comes to worse, and we have the only owners we can get,
oh my gosh.
I think if worse comes to worse, if all we can get is consortium owners and Roman has to sell, that's why I want that Jim Ratcliffe, because he actually owns a football club. Someone said apparently he's a season ticket holder at Chelsea, so he understands the inner workings of how a football club works. He understands.
He's a United. He is a United fan. He's a Manchester United fan. He is from.
Trying to sell us to a mank.
It could be one of those things where like he's just the rich guys have season tickets to a lot of the big places as a company.
Even kind of he still knows how to set up a football club, and he still knows how to progress.
Based on what you said, did he own? They used to own club.
He owns Nice.
OGC Nice, 2019.
Have you seen that lately?
Hey, Nice has a couple ballers, man.
I like Jeff Bezos. I would like Jeff Bezos. I would like to be a Prime member.
Yes, sir. Get some free Prime.
You know, Smile Amazon. That dude is so filthy. He doesn't care, man.
No. Big up AV saying it's not nationality, it's motive. Americans are typically private equity / diversified funds. They focus only on short-term profit, not long-term growth. A PE fund in Europe would be just as bad. I don't know if it's a case of short-term profit, but it's more like just the emphasis on profit that I think is the issue with why a lot of people don't want American owners. or why they're focusing on that specifically because they've seen it with the likes of the Glaziers and the
me,
Kroenkes.
like, and I was going to say this earlier, like, it's not necessarily all American owners are in this bracket. They're not all the same.
Yeah, I don't want to generalize either. Yeah,
in situations like this, you have to look at previous cases and past evidence, and all of the owners in the Premier League that are American, bar one, and they've only just bought a club, it's not gone particularly well in certain areas. You look at the Leeds ownership; they're about to change their entire backroom staff in terms of head office come the summer, their entire thing to suit what the 49 owners want. You know, you've got the United owners who the infrastructure the United owners have put in place is dog shit. Like, they're spending ludicrous amounts of money on shit because they haven't got any sort of infrastructure behind it. You look at FSG, don't put enough money in. You look at the Kroenkes, just the Kroenkes. This is the issue. Is the evidence the evidence suggests that our American owners are going to be a negative.
Can't be much worse than Leeds. That's the deadest club I've ever seen. Fuck Leeds.
Everton
have Iranian owners.
Oh
Everton
no,
has
Iranian
Iranian?
ownership were pretty bad.
Wasn't that Russian?
Iranian?
I think so. I think he's
No,
Iranian.
Everton have Russian owners.
The Russian.
Who?
Russian
No.
owners.
It's not.
Everton,
Everton.
he's like 30% or something.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I'm
they
thinking
have
of
a
Fulham.
Russian
I'm
owner
thinking of
that's just
Fulham. I'm thinking of
sanctioned.
Fulham.
I was like, Iranian owners. Those are
Yeah, no, I'm
sanctions.
thinking- yeah.
They've been under sanctions since 70s, man. Like, how?
Oh
they
no.
got-
The guy who owns Everton is Iranian. They have Iranian owners.
Okay. Well, I thought I read it. Maybe it's just a Russian minority owner or something.
Yeah, he's
No,
a minority.
there is a Russian owner in Everton.
Yeah, used to be Arsenal
and he
owner.
got sanctioned.
He got sanctioned. Yeah, he got seized. Yeah.
That was Steve guy has a great
He
question.
is-
If
he is
Roman
close to-
leaves, would Marina stay?
He actually is a Putin.
I hope
He
so.
actually close to Putin. He actually is close to Putin. He was always on the. He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He
So,
actually
I
gave
just
him
saw
a
some-
medal or something.
I just
But
saw
I-
something
and
from Football
Moshiri.
Daily. Manchester United want to buy Tino Livramento for $40 million.
Well,
Don't we
we're going to have
first-
to
don't
jump
we
in
have
on
first
that,
right of refusal on that,
especially
though?
if we're going to be broke.
We
now.
do have a
need to bring back
buyback,
a lot of
so
players.
Daily
we get the
football.
chance to get that if they want to do that. If Southampton says yes, then we can get him back earlier because we have a buyback on him.
But I don't believe Daily Football one bloody bit. They're absolutely
I
waffle.
didn't say to believe him. I didn't say it was true. I
I
just said what it
I'm not
was.
blaming you.
It's a better conversation to have than who's going to buy the club and what nationality do we not want to buy the club. That kind of,
Will AC stay? Will AC stay if a Saudi Arabian prince buys the club?
No,
We'll get into
AC's
the
working
AC
in
news in
Spanish.
due time. All right, we don't have to fucking get into it now.
Oh, well,
He
we
hablas.
had that comment before. It was saying that if Roman leaves, would we still have Marina? That's a good question. Do we still have Marina?
No,
Great,
they're not
great,
connected
great
that
comment.
way. Actually,
Super
Marina has
Tommy
run-
Tuchel has a great comment.
yeah, Marina has run
Romans should sell the
businesses.
club with a buyback clause.
But again, you don't know that Marina
Oh.
is going to leave, depending on who the new owner is. If they want her still around,
Get
if she
Marina
wants
in
to-
negotiations.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you can do that.
I just, with how close she is to Roma, I feel
Nobody
like
No,
knows.
she's not
Well,
staying. She's leaving. She's
yeah,
leaving.
she'll end up leaving.
Marina's
Plus,
going to
well-
negotiate Batshuayi to them on a 1-year loan deal. Let's go. Hey!
Again, we just don't. It's not that deep. We don't know if it's going to be sold. We don't know who's leaving, who's coming in. It's all just speculation.
Exactly.
So we give a game. We have players that are leaving, players that are potentially coming in. I mean, that's more interesting to me because you can't do anything about who's going to be the new owner of Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah.
It's either going to be
no
one
one
or
knows.
it's not. There's nothing we can say or do.
Yeah, if it like I said, it's not because he wants to sell, and again, it's not a 1-day process either.
Yeah.
No, it would take months to get done. You're talking about
I think
contracts.
there's been reports that apparently the earliest it's going to get done is May. I think.
So yeah, but if like the sanctions are gonna, if sanctions happen, they happening now. So I don't understand the point of this selling thing.
I would be shocked if this conflict is still going on in May. I'd be absolutely shocked.
I correct me if I'm wrong, someone, but I believe that Russia only have enough resources to attack the Ukraine for 10 days, I think it is. So if the Ukraine can hold out for 10 days, then that's it. I could be
No,
wrong.
I don't think it's true.
Look,
But
Ed, people
someone-
don't
I'll just
understand how
say
expensive
yes
it is.
because I
to-
don't even want to get that's
yeah,
just
you don't want to get
laughable.
into it, but it gets very, very expensive to send troops into someplace. If you take it from somebody who knows, we've been doing it for years.
Yeah,
Right.
We spend billions of dollars, trillions of
the
dollars.
only problem is we haven't been in wars. So all those bombs and rockets, we've been collecting them. They have to be redone it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think the long term expense is more what Russia would look at than like the short term expense.
No, bombs do not have a shelf life. My sister used to work at a bomb factory in
They
Dallas,
do
Fort
have a
Worth.
shelf life.
The bombs themselves do not have a shelf life. It's a casing. The
Maintenance, yeah. Maintenance, yeah.
Munitions are screwed into the casing. That the part that goes boom.
Ah. Cool.
Yeah, why are we
Sorry.
talking about this? Let's hope this
No,
thing
no,
is
I
fine.
was actually very interested. You was telling me how bombs are manufactured and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to bomb factory before. They're dumb bombs. They're just the casings.
Look, to tell you the little bit of United States culture. So my kids had the tumbling competition in North Carolina like last week. Oh, and you know what's the tumbling competition? It's like a cheerleading thing for the, so my kids do, my two older daughters doing it.
Big up the queen, as always.
What they did is they know that the people travel from all over the country to it. So to keep the fathers occupied, they used, oh man, this is brilliant. There's a competition over here. There's a big, massive thing. In the middle is the kids' consignment for the mother, something to do. And on the right is a gun show for the fathers.
That sounds about right.
We literally have kids tumbling, shopping for mom and shopping for the parents, man, for the dad. gun show.
Did they have barbecue?
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah, that would round out the day, right?
Barbecue.
Is that a real diamond chain,
gun.
Lewis?
Oh my.
Yeah,
By the
Jamie.
way, Abramovich is not
Somebody
in
get
real.
the diamond.
Abramovich has
Somebody
a
get the
diamond.
diamond tester out for Lewis right now.
Yeah, is that real? That looks lit though. Not real.
I don't know the type of diamond. I think it's CVS.
He's
So,
off
I
the
don't
chain
know.
right now.
By the way, Abramovich owns a lot
I've been wearing this everywhere.
Diamond.
This is fucking
Abramovich
beautiful.
owns a lot of
Yeah,
diamond
it's fucking
mines.
sick. Not gonna lie.
Abramovich
Look
owns
at
a
a
lot of
Mr. T
diamond
starter
mines.
set now.
He owns diamond mines, you say?
Big up
owns
Go
diamond
AM
mines.
as well, saying Roman offered Tim's as a peace offering, and now he's forced to sell Chelsea. Thanks for nothing, Lukaku. Hashtag international terrorist.
Oh,
Every damn
Oh
time.
my
Jesus
god.
Christ,
bro.
go ahead.
I said,
Babs, you fucking wish, bro. You wish the news is true, but like we don't know yet. Does he sell? Maybe, maybe not. But I hope for your sake he doesn't.
maybe he sells to a guy who
Lewis, are we
spends
going to
more
do
money.
a lineup? Are we going to do a lineup for the Luton game?
Yeah. We'll get into the Luton game. That one is just going to be a lineup because there's like fuck all to talk about except who's injured and who isn't injured. Because apparently we're back to having an injury crisis.
by the way, with
Yeah.
We have
people
Rudiger
saying
and
no
Sarr.
American owners, like if you have a name, better put the name. Let's not say Americans like it's
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing. I don't want to generalize
Like,
either and just say
I
no
mean,
Americans because then it
yeah,
just comes
I
off
mean,
as
Take
yeah,
like
Elon Musk. I
discriminatory.
take him.
I'm not gonna. You can take him. You can bend over and take Elon Musk. I ain't taking him.
Why not?
You can speak for. I don't want to be called
We
Mars FC.
can get sponsored by Tesla.
You don't want to be called what?
SpaceX would be a
Fucking
dope
hell.
kit
Let's
sponsor.
play on Mars. Like, we're the first team to play on Mars.
You
Like,
can
that'd be
have
amazing.
Starlink
Yeah.
instead of 3. Just have a big star on the shirt.
I'd rather have Bezos, man.
No, Bezos is an idiot compared to Musk.
XYCBA, whatever his kids
Yeah, but
name is.
he's richer, you idiot, isn't he?
What?
Well, after you get past
His wife
$50
took
billion,
half. His
what do
wife
you
took
mean?
half, so I don't know.
First of all, his wife is young. She likes the sport. She likes the what's the name? She got caught looking at.
Musk today. About
She
buying
got enough
Chelsea.
in the divorce to buy Chelsea.
You
That's
what?
for sure.
I'm tweeting Musk today about buying Chelsea. He's free active.
He's not even. He's not even. Yeah, Elon Musk is not richer. There's a
I'm just saying,
They're both
you-
ruthless.
No, no,
by
the
the
guy's
time
on
you
the
get
chat.
to
The guy's
that
in the
type of
chat.
money, it doesn't matter. 'cause
By the way, he's not even interested. There's no like, it shouldn't be
Yeah.
even conversation.
I don't
about
think he's a
Roman.
I know, we're
sports
just
guy.
joking around.
No,
Yeah.
Elon Musk is
no,
taking that.
I'm
He's told me.
still tweeting him today.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. That
Everyone's asking to talk about the Christensen news. So
Nobody's
Yeah,
asking.
he's going to Barcelona.
Yeah,
There's
there's
the
no
news.
news. There's no news.
Nobody,
Lewis. He's
literally
off.
nobody.
There's
talking
been
in the
some
chat.
there's been some questionable sources coming out over the last 24 hours saying that Christensen and Barcelona are at a 99% agreement. The central defender for Chelsea has everything agreed, and there might be a 5-year deal in the works, but the wage still hasn't been put in. Fabrizio's also tweeted an hour ago saying Barcelona contract proposal for Christensen has been improved in the last 48 hours. 5-year deal on the table. Xavi is pushing to sign Christensen as a key player for his ideas. Bayern are still trying, but Barcelona are now more than confident, and they see themselves as front runners for this. I think Chelsea want to have one final talk towards the end of the week, sometime this week or next week, but I think it's going to be their last chance to try and make something work. Other than that, he gone. So
Yeah, they just want
Yeah.
to know how he'd like his bags packed.
It's just it's just
Yeah.
leaving.
He's
time.
going to go
That's the last
play at
talk.
Barcelona with Azpilicueta and possibly
Christian
Christian
Pulisic.
Pulisic. It'll be mini Chelsea.
Pulisic?
Pulisic's not going to Barca.
Yeah.
Pulisic to Barca?
He's not going to
Okay.
Barca.
It's the first I've heard of it.
He's going to
Okay.
Atlanta FC.
No, I'm
They
not
have
even
to-
saying
that-
like, he's not good enough for Barca. I just haven't heard anything about Pulisic to Barca.
That's
They
not
have to
true. He's
replace
not going to
Dembele.
Barcelona.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
just
take it
the-
you've
just
heard
the
something. Then.
transfer.
All right, cool.
I didn't
No,
say I heard anything. I just
Where have
know
you heard it
stuff.
from then?
That's what I do. I drink and I know stuff.
He just knows. He just knows his thoughts.
Yeah, but we're in the position like Rudiger. I think they're still negotiating contracts with him. AC though, yeah, he's probably.
Bringing
we got
Koundé,
Chalobah though. We got Chalobah to
What do you
replace
mean
him.
we
It's
have?
not cool.
He's
Man
got a
said we
penis
got
injury.
Chalobah.
No, he
again.
got
Yeah,
his
man.
nuts.
That's just
Chalobah,
for now. That's just for now.
Chalobah.
Man,
Kind of
Chalobah.
kid.
Man,
has stitches on
Chalobah
his
will
nuts.
be good in a few years, but like he's nowhere near the back
And
three.
plus,
we
we're
have
going to a
right
back four.
In a
It'll be
few years, give
Thiago
it a
and
year or two
Koundé.
time. Give it a year or
He
two.
could
No, I need 2 years, maybe 3 with him. Like he's okay
He could-
now, but let's just be
No, he's
let's
good now.
let him grow at his
No,
own speed.
you're seeing him in a back three. You're not seeing him in back four, where your positioning and decision making are
We're seeing-
even more of a consequence.
Well,
in a
we got a
back three.
question. Maybe
That's why we
AC.
bring
Jamie,
Koundé and
cry
Chalobah
more, my
become
guy.
good.
1 second. It's all peak for you. I know you're my guy and everything, but unlucky, my
Yeah.
G. Unlucky, bro.
I
Hold
think
that.
it's
Hold
just looking good to bring in Koundé and Chouameni this summer.
Yeah.
The other people around Chouameni, that I think Barcelona just said no, it's too much money and they're out. I don't think
I think
that
Juve
Madrid,
pulled
with
out
the
as well.
outlay they're going to have this summer, are going to look to bring in somebody like him in the midfield. They already have Camavinga there. So I think Chouameni coming in is a really, really strong possibility this summer. Needs to happen. That would let us go to a back four because it looks like Jorginho's out the door. They're already talking about you. So I'd happily switch Chouameni for J5. Happily. I've
Please
got a
ask
holding-
me this question.
I have a
Please,
holding
somebody
midfielder
ask me.
and-
Alex,
can buy
Alex,
the plane- I
Alex,
buy the plane
would you
ticket.
trade to
That you
Chimene
wanted
for
out.
Jorginho? Oh, it's such a surprise question. I
I-
don't know
I
what I would
wonder
do
what your
personally,
answer's
but
gonna
I
be.
think it's
I wonder what. it's
fuck
gonna
yeah.
be.
I'll buy his tickets.
Can we just keep both and just not go for Declan Rice?
That's
and
the
then we'll be
thing.
fine?
Like the smart thing would be to keep both, but we won't keep both. We'll get rid of Jorginho and probably get Chouameni in.
Jorginho has one year left.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
we'll keep
He's gonna go
Jorginho.
for
Doesn't matter though.
20
We
million.
We can keep him
well,
until his
actually,
contract runs out.
the smartest thing would be to sell Jorginho and Kante and buy 2 or 3 new midfielders, but we won't do that.
I wouldn't mind buying Chouameni and bringing Kamara in on a free. I think that would be
That's
good.
what I-
Yeah, Kamara would be good as well.
Our club won't do that.
Yeah,
But then you've got
I don't
two
know if we will, but
inexperienced holding
it's smart business
midfielders.
though.
You've got two inexperienced holding midfielders playing for you.
But we still need an attacker.
That's why I'd hold on to
winger.
Kante. I'd still keep him if we can.
No.
But Jorginho, if he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean our rotation in midfield.
Yeah,
would be
but Kova stays.
Kante,
Kova stays.
Yeah,
So-
Kova's one of the
Gallagher
course,
and
of
Mount
course.
and Kova. That's the midfield.
If Jorginho doesn't want to sign a contract, I agree with Scott. Like you sell him now, like you get money off him instead of losing him for free. What's gonna be a bigger
But the
cost?
issue is if we sell Jorginho now with only getting Schumann, we're just asking for another repeat of this year where he just has to play every single game.
Yeah.
He inevitably gets injured from overplaying. We're then left in a situation where we have to play fucking Loftus-Cheek or Chalobah at DM.
Let's
Well,
create
I'm
a
not saying
Manchester City team.
I'm not saying don't bring in a backup DM. I'm just saying don't bring another youth product, a young one in. I'm saying bring with somebody that has some experience, maybe in the twilight of their career, that can come in and do a job.
who
There's a
talking?
mind holding bench that's good
You can
on the
still get
training
young
Who?
bench.
players who's experienced though.
Well, you can look at people like Julian Weigel. You can look at some other people across Europe. I don't have names right off the top of my head. He was the first one I had. So, but there's a lot of older DMs that you can buy that will be fine playing a backup role, but
Huh.
that also has enough experience that they can give advice
Yeah.
where needed. And you have to mix the young people with the young players with the older players. You have to have that mix. You can't have all young players or all old players, because you end up with all old players. You end up with a full injury room, and with all young players, they don't score sometime when they should. So I think we run into that. Yeah, Billy Gilmour is the one guy that's not coming back this summer.
Oh, yeah. No.
I would loan him
no,
out again.
No,
No Billy Esther Goatmore.
No,
I would
Billy
sell
Esther,
him.
no. No, what do you mean sell him?
I would sell him.
Why? He's not trash.
Okay, well, in the positions that he plays, we would have
Andrew, are
Chumani,
you finished
Kovacic,
wanking him over
That's
Gallagher,
premature
Mount.
just to sell someone
What
like
are
him.
you going to do
already.
with him? How's he ever going to get game time?
Give him. Yeah,
He
no,
might be
not
good enough
yet.
like in year two's time. Like you don't know how good this player can be.
Okay, then who?
Why
Again,
Sam Nado?
you're talking about somebody who's 5'6", 5'7",
Yeah.
to play in the
The height
midfield.
doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Kante.
It really
possible.
doesn't.
Okay, he's an exception, not the rule.
Oh, there's plenty of small players as well, like in our history as well, like done it well there.
Makaleli was short.
But Billy Gilmour was the most aerial player in Norwich. The stats prove it.
Like
Who's
Aaron,
talking about selling? I missed
Did you say
that.
Norwich in a sentence? Because I
you said no.
You were in Miami t-shirt. You missed a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
Gilmour is the
I
most
can't believe
aerial
you sell
attacker
Billy
in
Gilmour.
Norwich.
I don't care. I don't want somebody 5'7" playing in my midfield.
Okay. Cool.
You got something against high, haven't you?
Man, hating on the small people.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
No, I'm just saying that's
Hating
because
on
we
me.
have
I
a
knew
small
somebody's
midfield
gonna
now.
say
And that's
that.
one of the things that goes
I knew
against us,
somebody's
is having
gonna
a
say
small
that if he
midfield.
hates.
I'm taking it personal. I'm 5'7"
Jester is the
myself.
height.
I'm sorry.
Racial abuse in height.
Billy Gilmour should be
Jester
sold this summer.
is the highest
He
rated.
should be loaned out.
Not yet.
Yeah,
We
I
shouldn't
agree.
be sold
Loaned out,
yet.
loaned out. Yeah, loaned
Jester,
Loan
why
him
you
and then
height
sell him
racist,
later.
man?
I'm height racist. I didn't know
Yeah,
height
to
was
my
a
to my
race.
height, to my
I'm
height.
heightist. It's called
Yeah,
heightist.
you're my heightist.
I'm heightist. No, it's not that. I don't care if you're 5'7". You be 5'7" all you want to, just
mean,
not in my
if-
midfield.
I got
I'm
no
saying,
choice.
Like I can see the reason why, but Billy Gilmour, he's not like you can be 5'6", but you need to be a physical. Did you see Billy Gilmour, man?
Yeah,
he's
he's a bit physical.
5'7".
He's a good player. I'm with Scott. Like I'd be okay with another loan unless somebody offers like 30 or 40 million, and then I'd sell him.
What I'm
If he
saying
gets
is,
offered
like,
20
at
million,
least
you
if
sell him.
physical
No,
as a
you don't
body.
sell him for 20 million. That's not the
Absolute-
answer.
How much should we sell Gurhey for?
What you mean? You
20
mean
mil?
Gurhey, who hadn't played a minute of Premier League football and had only
That's the
played in the
captain of the
Champions
under
League for 1 year?
21. Yeah, the captain of the under 21 English national team. Yeah, high rated prospect, 20 million. This kid hasn't played.
We're not doing this. I can bring you up players that are dog shit that have done well in the under 21s England. Eddie Nketiah was top goal scorer at one time. That does not mean he's good enough as a striker. Dominic Solanke was top goal scorer at one time. Doesn't mean
Okay.
he's good enough as a striker. Like we're not doing this based on their
sold for
under
the good
21
price.
international experience.
They
That's just-
sold for the good price,
Just
though.
poor.
I'm just saying that 20 million is he's not worth more than 20 million pounds.
Who?
You can forget about it. Billy Gilmour. He hasn't done
Well,
anything.
exactly. There's no point
Yes.
signing him then.
Yeah.
If he's not
Yeah.
worth more than 20 million,
You
plus
then loan him
What
out
if you need
to
20
a team
million
like
to-
Brighton or
It's not like
I'd loan him to
desperate.
Newcastle if they progress a little
yeah,
bit more.
Newcastle, Brighton,
Andrew still here?
Everton. Everton is a good shout as well.
No, I
Yeah.
don't want
Is
to
it-
get
And,
Is Andrew
yeah,
still here?
on the Lampard.
Well, Andrew's
Daddy.
Andrew, say
No.
something if you want
Yeah,
Christensen to
Andrew's
leave.
the bottom right.
He just
Ah, he
really
wants
to
AC to stay. Cool. No worries.
That's shameless.
We love to see. No, it's his opinion, man. Let's let him have his opinion.
When you finish ranking him off camera, Andrew, just come back to the stream. Make sure you wash your
I
hands. though.
love how people bring up like some of the greatest players ever that were short. It's
Yeah,
like,
but-
okay, fine. There's exceptions to rules. I don't want a short midfielder.
I know you don't want it.
by the same token, name bad short midfielders.
Well, all of them that we haven't named. I'm not going to sit here and name bad midfielders.
Bad short midfielders.
Trying to think actually myself.
What do you consider short?
Rice.
Joey said Phil Foden. Can't be asked.
I guess it depends on like what you want in a midfielder, like what you're
By the
asking
way,
him to do. You know?
I gotta.
But this is the thing. As a DM, he's not a DM. As a midfield, as a DM, he doesn't work. But he doesn't have to play DM. In fact, he's better further forward. He's better as an 8.
Yeah,
and this is the
again.
thing.
We don't have a need of
address
an
the
8
situation in the stream.
Yet.
I have to.
We have no.
There's a guy over here right beside me on my right. This.
Oh yeah.
This guy. I
Yeah.
think he has something around the neck that blinds me every time he gets on the camera. I don't know what
It's
that
a
is.
Mr. T starter set.
It's that icy. It's too rich for y'all.
Mr. VVS.
Big up Frosted Myth saying Sheikh Mansour Cousins available. Hopefully, I wouldn't mind. Or one of the Newcastle owners' cousins or other family members. Raddy SoCal saying you wish we have 100 million this summer if Roman sells. Don't worry, we'll win the Champions League and we'll get another 100 million off that. So it's all fine.
By the way,
Frosted Myth also says disrespect on Happy Gilmour. Shaking my head. Does need another loan spell though. In all honesty, the Norwich one hasn't been worked out for him. And Jet Rogers says sell Gilmour and buy Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
And sell both of them.
Sell Gilmour and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Fucking hell, man. And buy Weston McKennie.
No,
I think it's the
Anyway,
jewelry. I think it's the jewelry.
Ruben is better than Weston McKennie. I'll say that
I
right
think
now.
it's your necklace that prevents you from thinking, man. I think it's your necklace.
It's not that tight. You're acting like it's choking you or something.
No.
It's all that weight around your neck.
It's all the plastic. It's all the shiny plastic around it.
Plastic.
That's a plastic. CPA. But yeah, guys, I think we're all in agreement that letting Christensen go on a free is horrific business. And in 2 years' time, we'll regret it when he's one of the best centre backs in the world.
You could almost call it snake-like.
What can we do though?
Snake-like? Is this what is Rudiger a snake?
It's not a snake.
He's not 99.5% out the door yet, though.
Again,
Rudiger was getting kicked out to
225k a week.
Well, he's
deserved.
not getting that.
225k a week.
Deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Deserved.
Yes.
Yeah, and the same thing with AC. Fucking deserved as well.
150.
Yeah, I think they're just calling him a snake just to get to you, Lewis. I don't consider him.
I will donate 100 quid to my own channel to kick you lot out. I don't care if YouTube takes your 30%.
No, imagine look how interesting he is now. Imagine when he was
you know what I noticed?
himself.
Holy fuck, the stream is without Fata.
What?
We have a stream without Fata.
Yeah, Fata's on the way to the game, isn't he?
Yeah. That's why. I was gonna say, yeah, with Rudiger though, you say, oh, is Rudiger a snake? But Chelsea was literally gonna kick him out to Tottenham and stuff. Like
they did the same thing with. They did same thing.
Right,
with
and AC ain't trying to speak to anyone in England.
How do they do the same with AC?
They do. They sell.
AC's not trying to speak to anyone in England, is he?
No,
so
but
I don't know what you're talking about.
Christensen was for sale last summer too.
Everybody.
Are you sure he's for sale though? Like,
I was sure that's why he didn't sign a contract.
We know. Okay,
That music is lying.
We know Rudiger's was strong links. I didn't really see like AC though. Like, he's selling. I just didn't see that. Who reported it? Like, was it like
My
like
mom. My mom reported.
I can't go against that. Sorry.
Oh, the mom reported it.
Imagine how injury prone he is now. Wait till the Spanish medical staff get a hold of him. He'll never play again for Barcelona.
Fucking hell. Oh, don't.
He's like the opposite of Hazard. Hazard was never injured here. He goes to Spain, can't catch a game.
I mean,
Christian will never play.
Someone said it in it, not me, but I agree with whoever made that comment. But someone said it. And
Christensen's a very good center back. We're gonna struggle to replace him. So I mean,
I don't know why people think he's on such a level below Rudiger. Like Rudiger's been amazing for us.
He's not a level below. I think Rudiger is better, but it's like slightly better. I don't think it's anywhere near as like
it
clear
depends
as
on what you
people
want.
I can understand people saying slightly because that's just a case of preference, and they're both at such a good level. Like I get it, but I think for me, a lot of people prefer Rudiger because he shows more passion.
Because Christensen's easy to replace though. Rudiger's a different play style, which is harder to replace. Christensen you can replace easily.
What?
Wait a minute, we can go get washed up Ramos and play he'll play just like
You can get any old aggressive centre back, man. Kunde's coming in.
Where's Pepe? Where's Pepe? Let's get him.
Put Christensen by himself. He can't lead a three. He has to play with Silva to be led.
He literally did that Brentford
He did
away,
it in a Champions League. What are you talking about, bro?
I'm saying this season, after this year, from January, he hasn't played by himself where he's led a team.
It's just
so
within a 3-month period, he hasn't played by himself in the back three, so he hasn't got anything good enough. Come on, Matt. Let's not waffle here.
Let's do this lineup so I can go. I'm at that point now.
We just know Lewis Sow and Timo's got to play. Link up is brilliant.
The only thing that I think AC needs to improve on is fucking offensive heading, which is what we spoke about.
He's going to Dortmund.
That's all right.
He's going to be wearing the yellow kit for next year.
Beautiful.
I said even Kanate would bench him. I can't be bothered.
Kanate can't even start for you guys. What are you talking about?
Absolutely ridiculous. But I promise you, when he goes to Barcelona in a year or two's time, when everyone's calling him one of the best centre backs in the world, and we'll come back to this
Timo's not sending back Lewis.
I'm saying the same thing about Pulisic. Celta Vigo and
same thing, man. Just take it all in and collect your receipts.
Yeah,
because it's cool.
Yeah, I'll
see you guys in a year.
In a bit, bro.
La Liga turned Aubameyang and Adama Traore into world beaters in like 2 weeks, right? So
and you think Xavi isn't going to turn him into literally prime PK reincarnated? Like, come on, man.
He might be sucked.
You might think I'm mocking it. If he goes to Barcelona, he's going to be one of their best centre backs ever because he's going to be there for the next 7 years.
Ever? Oh,
yes. Because if he was going to stay at Chelsea, he would have been up at that level.
You think he's going to be better than Umtiti?
Yes.
That's the level you pull it at.
Hey, you know, when you're getting
click every time he tries to turn.
Why'd you say Umtiti? Because of someone like Empoyle.
Because Umtiti is literally Barcelona's best defender in history.
Of course, man. I'll see you there.
He hasn't played this year as a Ranjo.
He's still the best centre back in Barcelona.
No, he's not. Ranjo's better.
That's an Umtiti, and I can't be asked. But yeah, if we end up going to Barcelona, it's peak, but we move. Lineup. Oh yeah, one other news: Werner potentially to Borussia Dortmund, but we already kind of expected that Bundesliga side. It's not that deep. If Haaland need a replacement, Werner's going to be their replacement.
Thank you for those 15 assists. Thank you for your service. Off you fuck.
Hey. Respect.
And meanwhile, Andrew's in the background celebrating because he's going to get.
He's got 250 pounds in his hand.
Oh, I remember that bit.
They should have plenty of money to pay for him after.
If we offered AC a contract years back, we wouldn't be in this situation. But Lampard tax is what it is.
Mila.
I think Timo would ball out in Dortmund as well, even maybe Champions League as well.
Yeah, he probably would ball out Dortmund. They don't play defense in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, but when that happens, you can't come on here and say "I told you so" or any bullshit like that because Bundesliga tax.
Nah, I will.
It's literally
we're just gonna rag on you.
Yeah, but say like Holland had like 16 goals in like 12 games this year. Like,
Hey, why do we want Haaland? And he's just getting all those goals in that league as well.
Yeah,
because we've been burned already.
He's what?
Okay, fine. We'll answer this. Would I rather see AC leave or Arsenal win everything next season? Rather see AC leave, because
Yeah.
God forbid.
he's proper Chelsea.
God forbid.
That's
see
unbearable.
Arsenal lift the Champions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, they won't be
yeah.
in the Champions League. It'll be the Europa League.
I
Still
think
seeing
so.
them
They
lift the
ain't,
league.
they ain't
No, I
getting top
can't.
four this year. So
I think they are going to get top 4.
yeah,
Yeah, I
they got
think they
that run
will.
where they play every 3 days.
Yeah, but
Bro,
Arsenal's going to Arsenal.
I look at Man
It's
United and
not, no,
Tottenham.
it's not even that. Look at
Yeah.
Tottenham and United. How much of a
Mhm.
mess they are, and I don't think Wolves can keep up to the end of the season. Same with West Ham. I think it's Arsenal's to lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll lose it though. That's what I'm saying.
It
It
would
might
be
be
an
theirs
Arsenal
to
thing,
lose,
yeah.
but they're going to lose it because that's Arsenal.
They'll lose it to like Wolves or something. Yeah, it would be typical Arsenal.
No, I think they'll lose it to United. I think United.
think
will
United
end up
get it?
getting- Yep.
No, United aren't going
I
to get it.
did- I
Their
watch
team's a
them.
mess.
Yeah, it's so
They
bad.
they haven't got any. Their strikers are both shit. Like
Yep.
their defense is a mess without Varane. Like they're
Nah, even
Yeah,
with
they're-
Varane, they're still just dog shit. They're literally garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
Ronaldo's too
Arsenal's not
busy
that.
showering,
Is not much better.
naked.
Arsenal are at least a team. That's all I will say. Arsenal are
Yeah,
at least a team and have good
Yeah,
players in
but
areas.
they,
Like,
they play once a
you know-
week, and they haven't played maybe twice in 1 month. So they've
Yes,
had
I've
all
got
the
once.
rest they need. But
Yeah,
wait till
no
they hit that. Wait till they hit that stretch where they're playing every 3 days to make up all those games. And
You
they're
think
not
they
playing
crumble?
easy teams either. Liverpool's one of them. We're one of them. I think Aston Villa might
but
be one of them.
United have to do the same thing. United's next 3 games is literally I think it's Man City,
Yeah.
Liverpool. I think. Hang on. What their next 3 games are hard.
Yeah,
I can-
but
I
they're
Stagnant
derbies.
for
And
years, you know. The level of waffle that I see in the comment section sometimes is utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, their next 4 games
Fact.
are City,
Take care,
Tottenham,
VJ, my guy.
Atletico in the
VJ.
cut in the Champions League, and then Liverpool. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
VJ.
United are not making top 4. They are fucked.
they
you
always
ima-
play
can you
good.
imagine
They
how
always
much
play good
money-
against City, and they always play good against Liverpool because it's a derby.
Hey, you can't say that this season. They lost 5-0.
You imagine how much
again,
money
there's
Antonio-
exceptions to the rule, but usually those games are come down to the wire because of the derby situation. So let's see what it is this year. I just think that United will end up in top 4 because Arsenal,
Yeah.
they have a very weak team. It's fine when they're not only playing like once every 2 weeks, but they don't have any. They don't have a scorer on that whole squad. Not Premier League proven scorer. They don't have one.
The only competition United's got right now is the Champions League, right?
And they're
Yeah.
not
Champions
winning
League, and don't they have FA Cup or they were knocked out of
Nah,
FA
they're
Cup?
out.
it.
They're
No,
out.
they're not
knocked out.
by Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough.
Okay, so they have no FA Cup. They have no Carabao Cup's over with. So
Yeah.
they just have Champions League, and they'll be out soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Wow. I think they're going to
there we go.
I don't know if they get past Atletico.
I think they do. That
They'll beat
one-
Atletico. I think Atletico will win.
Nah,
No way,
Atletico
America
bowled
will.
it.
They'll beat Atletico, but they'll lose whoever they play next. They'll beat Atletico and lose whoever they
Yeah.
play next.
I'm not.
Semi
I'm not convinced that they're going to beat Atletico. So, well, no,
Bro,
aren't
from
they?
everything
Aren't
I've heard by
I
people
don't-
who watch the game, Atletico were not great, and United were awful. That's probably the worst they played all season under Ralph, and Atletico still weren't great.
Yeah, did you see Ronaldo?
Like-
He's mentally not there, bro. Look at him. He's like he's
not
lost
working
the
on it.
plot.
As a footballer, he is shit. As a footballer, he is.
Oh
shit.
my God! I know why Roman is gonna be under sanctions. I know why.
Why?
Fucking A. Because he owns the steel company that sells some of the steel to go to build Russian military.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on Twitter a few hours ago. I forgot all about it.
Yep.
Wow, what does that have to do? His steel company.
It doesn't matter.
Anything to get at Roman, bro.
They've been trying to get Roman out for years. Now they finally have their opportunity. They're going to take it. Let's do the lineup so I can go.
I said Roman selling to Fata. Can't be asked. Right, let's
no,
get
Falker
into
has
the
spent all
lineup.
his money on super chats.
Luton versus Chelsea. Let's get to it. Right, so who are we going for in the back 3?
Well,
I
number
think it's
one
going to be a back. I think it's going to be a back four.
Yeah, I think we don't have enough center backs to
Isn't
do
Christensen
3.
injured? Why is
Christensen
isn't he
is
Christensen
injured. Yes, he
Oh,
is
that's
injured.
Oh,
He's
is
not
he?
available.
I think I saw
Isn't
we've
he-
got 2 fit centre backs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sar and Rudiger.
Rudiger and Sa. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
we'll go
good-
to
good keeper,
4-2-2
beautiful.
then, I'm guessing.
No,
And I'd
it's
say
going to
it's
be
a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah.
4-1-4-1.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Great to see the keepers already chosen.
Yeah, it
Number
picks
one.
itself.
I think it is going to be Kepa. So
Yeah.
He earned it with that
course.
incredible performance in the shootout the other day.
Oh, okay, Josh. Who got us there, Josh? Who got us there?
Lewis will probably play in this game.
Lewis Hall will definitely start.
It's either standing back or left back he plays.
He's
He played-
a left center back.
okay,
I
can
think,
somebody tell
on
me what
the-
academy
No,
players have been in
He
training?
played centre back for Chelsea last time, and he's the DM.
Wouldn't Kennedy play? Maybe Kennedy play on the left back. I just think Kennedy will start this game.
Well,
I don't think
if
Kennedy's
you're
gonna-
gonna have to go to a that's not the guy. It's Hall.
I was going to say that's
We haven't got a Lewis Hall one, so that's just all we
That's
got.
alright.
Jonathan Lewis. Okay.
Yeah, it's what it is. I just picked the
What
first one.
about JFK on the left?
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking,
that's what I
but
was saying.
I don't know
Yeah,
if he
that's what I
plays a
said.
left back. I thought he'd play if we played a wing back.
JFK.
But like, I think if we did
Kennedy.
a 3 at the back, I think
Oh,
Lewis
Kennedy.
Hall would be the left center back, and then maybe you could do Kennedy as a left wing back. But
I don't think
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you'd have to go to a back three to have Kennedy. In
That's
there.
what I'm
Now, you
saying. I think
could,
like
you
Lewis. I think
could.
Lewis Hall would play left center back at that
Nah,
point in a
inshallah.
3.
Do you know
Inshallah,
what I
just
could
put
see
him
him doing? I could see him
Put him
playing
on.
Kennedy as the left winger / left mid.
Right.
Yeah, you could do that too.
I don't see him playing attack.
I think the team today, I think, is going to have a ton of academy and backup guys in it. There's too many injuries to risk the weekend. Like I don't think you'll see very many first team
Well,
players aside from Rudiger.
With all due respect,
Webster play?
it is Luton.
Right, 100%.
Can't beat them, then I'm sorry, but
I mean, look at how hard we made Plymouth.
Yeah,
agree.
I think we're going to start like a starting lineup and then quickly with some youth in there, but I think it'll be mostly a starting lineup.
yeah, I think there'll be a lot of youth
There's
players
no
on the
reason not
bench.
to.
I don't think a lot of youth players will start. I just think they'll be on the bench and probably come on. Like I could see like
Yeah.
Soon Bell starting on the bench, maybe like
He didn't
Vale
even
starting on the
train.
bench and then coming on.
I think Harvey Vale will start the game as well.
I don't.
I get what you're saying, Jester. Like, and normally I would agree with you. I think with the amount of injuries we have, I don't know if it's worth risking going into the weekend, picking up another big injury potentially.
Well, I just don't know who the youth actually trained with the team. Do we have
I think they were
a
full. I
list?
think with Hall, Vale, Bell, and
I was told Bell didn't train.
Wasn't Bell?
It wasn't Bell. I thought it did Webster train.
Oh no, Dylan Williams, the kid we just bought in from Derby, he trained.
Okay,
He's a
He's a
left,
right
and he's
back,
a left
isn't he?
wing, but he's a left wing back. Yeah.
left wing back.
Right, so
I
who we
don't
going
know.
for right back? Don't forget in the comment section, you want to make any permanent changes onto the lineup, any super chat, any amount puts a permanent player in there and he can't be changed.
Part of me,
Who we
part
put
of me
at right
wants to
back?
say- part of me wants to say James just to get him some more game time.
Yeah, James
Yeah,
will
no,
get
James for
game.
sure.
It'll be the same with like you could even see
Wait,
Mount
isn't
just for the
James
same
injured
reason.
again?
No,
No,
they
no,
just
no.
went over. They only wanted to play him for 20 minutes. In the last game, he had to play 70 because of the Aspilicueta injury. So
I
he
think
might
you'll
not
see
start.
Mount. I think you'll see Mount in this game for the same reason for
I
match
don't
sharpness.
think he will. I don't
You
think.
know-
I
he
don't
will.
think. I don't think James will start. I'm starting to question if we do play a back three and just put some youth in the back three,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
thinking back three.
because then you could put Callum or you could put somebody else at wing back.
Right. You could
I
see
think
Callum at
Charlton-
right wing
Wait,
back.
you're advocating for a Cho start? Mad.
It is.
Alright,
It's only
cool.
Luton.
I say
So
this
we're
is
going back to
this
back
is right up
three
his
then.
alley, man. This is in
3-4-3.
his wheelhouse.
3-4-3.
I just don't see us playing a 3 at the back with it being Luton. I just don't. Did we play 3 at the back against Plymouth, or did we play?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Yep.
We played an inverted three. Remember Sar and no, that was before that.
Jesus.
I remember we played a back three when Lewis Hall played. He played left centre back and stuff like that. And it's against a small team, so we do it against small teams as well. Just because it's a back three like formation doesn't mean we're going to play defensive either, though.
Well, again, I'm just worried about the fullback situation. Because you can play Alonso. Who cares? He doesn't run fast enough to get hurt.
We played. Looks like we played with 4 at the back against Plymouth. I'm looking at the lineup right now.
Yeah,
It was
we did
Asby,
play
Christensen,
4 at the back.
Rudiger, and Starr.
But we don't have Ashby. We don't want to play James
Yeah.
90 minutes in this game. Maybe
Right.
want to give him 20 or 30.
Yeah.
So you have to look at, okay, who do you have then that you can play on the right fullback spot?
I could see
you
him
got
playing.
nobody.
I could see him playing someone
just
like
play Kennedy. Who the fuck cares? Just chuck, inshallah, just chuck him in.
I could see him playing.
cover
Obviously, he
James.
played wing back against. Was it Brentford? I can see him playing Simons there.
Yeah. If he was one of the
You
guys,
would play him as a wing back, not as a fullback, though, wouldn't you?
It depends. If you've got no other option apart from to either play James or to either play Simons, then
Did he even train with us?
we've had people come in that haven't trained with us before though, like into games.
Cup
Like
of soup playing. Where's Cup of soup?
I
there
don't
you
want to start.
You finally
He's going to,
stop winking it, right? You
I
finally
hope
Yeah,
stop
sorry
winking.
about that. Oh,
The only that game against Brentford,
That
he's
takes you a long time, man. I don't know.
my right arm, Alex. I tell you what, it's a medical marvel.
You are medical marvel.
Right.
Oh,
So who's the third centre
elbow
back?
grease, elbow grease.
we don't have
Put
more.
Sarr in the middle, put Rudiger on the right, and put Hall on the left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're so childish.
What at Moyembo? What at him?
No, yeah, Rudiger.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, that's just.
Yeah, that other guy's name. Moyembo.
I think I'd rather Rudy in the middle.
Then put Alonso in there.
Oh,
Or Kennedy.
Kennedy.
No, put
Kennedy.
It's either gonna be Kennedy or Alonso, but my guess Alonso.
Nah. Kennedy. Kennedy will start, surely.
You
Let's
think?
put Kennedy in there just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. If he's got to
I
play,
wanna
if
see
he's
how he
going to play
plays.
any game, it's this one. Like, if he's ever going to touch the field.
He's not in the
I wanna
game.
see how he-
Got another
He's not
Kennedy
even
in.
on FIFA, for fuck's sake. Oh my god.
Alright, cool.
Let's just see how he plays.
In
They don't
midfield,
have
I think we'll
Kennedy
see
in
Saul and Ruben.
That's my pick as well, Sal and Ruben.
I think Sal Jorginho.
Jorginho,
Nah,
that's
we're playing him too much.
Too much of a risk to play George right now
Really?
with
He hasn't
Conte
played
and
in a
Koba
couple
both
weeks.
being kind of
Timo on
banged
the
up.
Oh
left.
yeah,
Timo on the left.
yeah, true.
Timo, whatever.
Yeah, team will go left.
Who cares?
Lukaku's for sure starting this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put Kaka out there.
I'm
Lampard, Lakaka,
This is either going to be Cho or Mount for me.
Cho.
Probably
Cho,
Cho.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
They both need game sharpness or match sharpness, but
If
maybe
anything,
Mount
I'd
only.
switch them.
Maybe
No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't?
Yeah, Timo's
No,
a better.
because Werner's crap off the right, even though he actually plays. But he
No,
doesn't.
Werner's
play
crap
there.
off the left too.
No, he's not.
He's
No,
crap.
he's
full
crap.
stop.
He's crap off the left.
What we're realizing here is that he's crap.
He's just
full
crap.
Yeah.
He's not crap. He's not crap. Those
But then
numbers
again,
last
like,
season didn't lie.
Then again, we've also got Cho in the lineup, so it's whatever.
Timo gets more numbers than all of them, so
I think he'll just play because he's got no one else.
No, let him
Yeah.
interchange. Who
I mean,
gives a fuck?
he could put Mount, Havertz, and Pulisic out there and start the same front three. I don't think he would do that because I think they're going to start at Burnley on Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
Whatever it is.
You like maybe they get like
Actually, no. If he's fit, if he's fit, I would like to see Ziyech come back into the team.
He's
Yeah,
not. He's out.
yeah, he's out still.
Damn.
You could put Mount out there for punishment. That's what you should put Mount out there.
punishment.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, put him at wing back. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorted.
I'd be interested to see Mount. at
Or
wing back.
just punish him for that shit show just by making him run round on the left. All right, cool. Yeah, it'll be better than Alonso. Will be. So
This is
cool.
such a weak lineup, not gonna lie, even against
It's
Luton.
against Luton. If we
Yeah,
lose,
but
Yep.
still,
like we'd have to go to
Nah,
Wembley
nah,
again,
nah.
do we?
but the FA Cup's a must win. We just lost the Carmel Cup.
Yeah, and we'll go to
Oh,
the Wembley and they'll rob their public.
Yeah, true. We'll get fucking robbed again, bro.
I hate Wembley. It's a curse.
And honestly, all these cup games should be musts first at this point. It's all we have really left to play for in the season.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you have nothing.
Yeah,
like the league, you just want to stay where you're at, and everything else is it's the only chance to win something. So
I'd rather us go all out for Champions League again. Why not?
I'm
You
sure
can
they
do
will.
both.
They could do both and still play not a strong lineup in the FA Cup.
Like, I'm not being funny, but we should walk through Lille next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like we should.
Is Lille's next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's next week, isn't it? Or
already.
2 weeks, whenever it is. Whenever it is. We
I
should
think
walk
No,
through
it's the
them.
week after. It's the week after.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
We
fair.
should walk through them anyway.
Walk through tonight's game. Walk through Lille.
All right, I'm gonna bounce. We did the lineup. Y'all be good.
Nah, no worries, man.
See you, Gesture. I'll send you
just-
the map of the Russia for the next time.
Okay, send me the map of Russia.
All right, later, Justin.
Love,
Take
bro.
care,
Love,
man.
bro. See you.
Yeah.
Was there any other topics to go through? Because I'm gonna end this around 4, so I can head down to the ground. Oh shit, who's coming? Doki
Oh, boy.
Pokey.
Andrew.
Oh,
Andrew.
no.
Andrew. Oh no,
Yeah.
never mind. Never
But
mind.
I wonder who this guy is.
Andrew can't come. I don't forget about it. Don't worry about it. You said who's coming, and I was like, not Andrew.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
For God's sake, man.
CBA.
You disappear from the screen for like 30 minutes, man, and come up with
I
showing
know.
elbow grease all the way to the elbow.
What are we talking about elbow grease for?
That size, Alex. It's not even up close.
I know.
Hey, Lou,
only,
Lou, I would've
only,
asked you. I had to get something to
only,
eat.
only if when
No
Johnny
worries,
asks you-
bro. Take care.
Yeah, enjoy,
See you,
yeah,
Josh,
enjoy the
enjoy.
game,
See you,
man.
Josh.
Safe trip over.
only if Johnny would have known
My
that
God.
how strong your right wrist is.
What's
You'll know when you two buck each other at the bridge. Whenever that day is.
Oh, man.
Looking bets.
All I can say is I'll slap the shit out
Big
of
up in
Johnny
the
if I'll
comment
meet him.
section as well. Yeah, like
I will
more
not
here
even
for it.
punch
But
him.
big
I
up the
will,
guys in
I will-
Palestine.
if I will not even punch
Facts,
Johnny. I will
sweet
literally
Palestine.
slap him, like humiliate him.
It will be funny the day. It will be funny the day Johnny bumps into one Scott or Andrew.
Oh, I can start coming to more games when I start my new job because I get weekends off. So I'm gonna end up.
Oh, man.
Look at
Them
Lewis
one-
smiling. Just tell me when.
look
I'll bring the
forward to that.
cameras.
Just bring on
Match
Chelsea
day vlog.
TV fight.
Match day vlog's gonna be better.
Yeah, vlog's gonna kick off.
Fair to go. Fair to say this. Lewis will say, "I've got nothing to do with this." But when the video's out, you'll see Lewis somehow in the middle.
Literally just
Like,
doing the
wait.
fan cam while they're scrapping in the
No.
background.
This is Lewis. This is Lewis. Oh, you can find me on the Carefully Lewis YouTube channel.
But don't forget to like and subscribe to Carefree Lewis G Chelsea Fan TV on all socials: Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Thank you.
If you want these guys on, just send in a super chat. That's what I'm saying.
If you want more of this, send me super chat.
£100 donation.
No. You know how you don't know what used to be a watch for the people like me when the first internet came and the first porn was. You had to wait so long until the picture loaded. By the time you get to it, you already lost the interest because you don't like what you already saw.
No, but Alex, that happened during the middle of it, and then you got a phone call. Then you got a phone call during the middle of it.
And it's your mom.
What's going on here?
Dial-up porn, right? Yeah, this is where we wrap up the stream because clearly,
Oh my god.
clearly we've run through
Yeah, this-
everything we
this
need
is
to.
clearly-
Your contribution, Docky.
Big up
Great.
everyone. That's
Exactly.
Check out Chelsea Fan TV later today for the match day vlog.
Our contribution for Poki Doki.
Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe
Minerals.
button. We will
Yeah.
leave you as
He
always
did
with
it. He said
the
mineral.
Danish Maldini. Take care.
Exactly.
Like and
See you in
subscribe.
Barcelona.
Get him a semi-decent contract. Hopefully we smash Luton, and we'll be back tomorrow for the review, where hopefully we haven't been knocked out. Big up everyone that's
I
locked in.
think we're getting knocked out.
Oh, shut up, man.
Who
Hey,
said that?
we do
What
get
was
that.
that for?
Why you got to
I
be
said we're getting
negative?
knocked
Why
out.
you got to
Angry.
bring negativity?
That's a bit, it's a bit shameless.
Because he's Johnny's work experience boy. That's why.
He's a apprentice.
It's Johnny's
Right.
son. He's
Right,
Johnny's
and
son.
I don't know who you're talking about, but yeah.
Poco
Big
Doku
up.
is Johnny's
We
son.
need defenders, man.
Jamie, keep crying.
Yeah, I don't know who
And
Poku
we'll see
Doku is, but yeah,
tomorrow.
move on.
Poco Doku is Johnny's son.
Hey!